Welcome to this week's video. We are on the stairs. If you're a regular viewer, this isn't my first rodeo when it comes to stair makeovers. So last September, I had a shot at recarpeting my stairs. It was an IKEA hack. I used some, I can't think of the name, but I used some IKEA mats to do my floor because my cat Blondie likes to use it as a scratching post. Well, I'm not afraid to say when things don't work, and unfortunately, Blondie, it didn't even get the full year. She had it destroyed. But in this video, we're gonna do a painted stair runner. And, oh, I'm joined by a fly who's right next to the microphone. So if you hear that, I apologize. Shoot. I'm gonna get straight into the video and I'll answer any of the questions from the previous video at the end. If you're new to my channel, check out my recent videos, and if you like what you see, then hit the subscribe button and don't forget to leave a thumbs up. So, a little damage assessment. Every single one. So, as you can see, all of the pick marks on pretty much every step, but it gets worse to the top. So, my original thought was I could just replace the damaged ones, but upon further assessment, here's the queen. There's the perpetrator. Would you like to do a demonstration for your fans? So this is the worst one here, and up here she's managed to pull it all out from underneath. So I mean, it don't look bad when you're looking down, but it's the first thing you see is all the prick marks when you're walking up. So if you remember the video last year, underneath this is the old underlay and the wood. So if I pull this, so there is, yeah, that's the underlay that I just recycled from when there was carpet on this. So I have to take everything off. I might keep some of these mats that aren't like dreadful, and we can do like, I don't know, a DIY cat scratcher. I mean, that one's not too bad, but then you look underneath and yeah. So this idea would have worked if I didn't have a cat who just wanted a staircase as a scratching post. So I'm going to start by just removing everything, and I don't think underneath here is painted. Oh, it is. But as you can see, that is probably oil-based paint. You can see that's going yellow, and this is water-based paint because I primed it. So one thing I do like is the colour. So I like this beigey kind of colour. Hang on, I'm just walking backwards and I don't want to fall down the stairs. I like the tone. So I don't know whether to paint a runner, that's an idea, or paint the top step white, add some contrast here. I don't really know. The runner does look nice, but another thing I seen on Pinterest was the top step. So I was white, and every top step was in that lovely biscuit kind of colour, and they had a sisal runner going down the middle. So that was also quite nice. But time to take it up. So this is all kind of clean. As you can see, there's like damage. Not that bad. Hang on, my camera is finding it hard just to zoom. I think it's all the way. So yeah, a little bit of damage on the stairs just from where the tacks were, but that's grand. Nothing that. A bit of sanding and a bit of wood filler. Sorry, I'm talking too fast. I had a little look at my paint stash, and I have some of this green paint left. So if you remember my hallway IKEA hack makeover thingy, this is called Keystone by Colour Trend, and it's like a greeny, like a darker green kind of colour, and the stairs are right there. So I was thinking, I think I have enough paint to do a stair runner and the handrail in the green shade. So that's what I was thinking. So I can just tape up the sides and then sand, prime, well, clean, sand, prime, paint. And then down the line, not in this video, I would like to do something fun with the walls here, like maybe like a gallery wall. I have lots of travel photos and I love an adventure, so that's what I was thinking. But just for this video, that is my plan, but I'm gonna sleep on it because I could change my mind by the morning. But I did have a look in my paint stash. So I just gave this a good stir, and I reckon I can use up the last of that tin. I have some colours here, but if I use that one, it gives me some space for more paint. But I do try and use up, I try not to be wasteful when it comes to paint. So if I use that, I save money and I get kind of like a colour that ties in with the house. So check out my niece and nephew doing a little bit of painting. The kitty paints are also in here. So just check back in tomorrow. I need a cup of tea. Before I do anything, apologies, that's also my washing machine in the background. I'm going to clean it. Whether it's like a piece of furniture or anything, love the crud cutter. I do get questions saying where can you get it, because like in Ireland, most of the independent decor shops, you'll get it. I think I got this in Cool Mind Decor, which is like a local decorating shop, but I have seen it in the likes of like Colour Trend. I was in their their shop in Selbridge, and they had some. And yeah, any of the indies, I haven't seen it in like the chain DIY shops, so the likes of B&Q and Woody's, I don't see it. But the independent places, you can definitely get it. I'm not sure about the US, you might get it on Amazon, but I know on the amazon.co.uk website you don't, I don't see many bottles, and it's way more expensive. But in Ireland, just your local independent decorating shop, you'll get it. So in case you're wondering why I added some primer to the steps before I paint them in the green, is because the paint that was underneath was an old, very old oil-based paint, and I'm sticking a water-based satin on top. So oil and water, they don't mix. So I just lightly sanded everything, and any of the chipped paint, I sanded it nice and smooth, and I've just put on one coat of primer just to block the oil paint that was underneath, and I'm gonna let it dry and then we can put the green on. So you'll notice that I didn't paint the edges because I did them last year, like last summer, no, September, so not even a full year. So that white is perfect. Tiny chip there that I'll fix, but everywhere else is grand, and I cleaned it with the crud cutter, so that paint is perfect. And as you can see, like the white that's here hasn't gone yellow, and that's because it's water based. So if you have yellowing paint, it's probably because it's oil based. So just a little tip for anyone who didn't know that. So it is time for a cup of tea, let the paint dry, and then we get back to it. Or maybe, is it time for a nap? She just looks picture perfect, doesn't she? Her ears match the blankie. But no, I'll leave her alone because she was trying to climb the stairs a minute ago. So let's not wake Blondie. Are you ready for some satisfying peeling of the tape? Oh, this is my favorite. Now, I peel off my tape when the paint is wet. And the reason I do that is because if you let it dry, sometimes it can peel off paint and lift it. So when it's like, the paint isn't soaking, I'd say it's down about half an hour, so it's tacky. So I pull the tape up when I've done the second coat, so as you can see, the paint is still wet. Like I can still touch up the paint, but obviously not the edges. And I do this to avoid the paint lifting. So if that's ever happened to you, that could be why. I'm just gonna go in with some of the white, so just on any areas. So kind of like here, you can see I just need to touch up those areas, and then I'm gonna let everything dry, and I think I'm almost done. So what I would love to do next is with the stairs. I know it's kind of plain Jane, it's just a simple colour, and this is painted in the same colour, but I think just because the lighting, the natural lighting, it's making it look like it's a different shade, but it is the same shade. So what I would love to do is, I'd love to do something with like, you know, gallery wall type thing, and maybe like a two-tone, so maybe like half colour, or just do loads of lovely like second-hand wooden picture frames with like my own photos and stuff inside them. So that is something that I probably will have to get help with, because it's a really high it hasn't been painted since I moved in because it's so big. You have to get someone to like do it for you. It's really high. So that's what I was thinking, and that's why I know I could have done like with my Cricut machine, I could have done some vinyl, like flowers or something, but I don't think I want the actual stairs to be like the feature. I don't want it to be too fussy. So sometimes if you are doing a project, I think it's worth not future-proofing, that's not the word, thinking ahead to what you want the overall kind of look to be, because if I start doing like decals and stuff on the stairs and then I have loads of picture frames and stuff, it might get a bit too messy. So yeah, sometimes it can be harder to pull it back a bit. I don't want to be ripping vinyl off my stairs if it's looking a bit fussy, but that's kind of my end vision for this kind of area. It doesn't get a lot of natural light because of the positioning of my house, and so there's only the natural light from the bedroom upstairs and one light. I could definitely do with more lighting here. Now, the pros and cons of painted stairs. So my stairs, because I'm a dormer bungalow, it only goes up to a bedroom and an ensuite. So it's not a main traffic set of stairs. If it is, carpet is going to be better, I suppose, like if you have like, you know, family and there's going to be traffic going up every day, because carpet softens the noise, you can just hoover it, and having something to cushion, I think it insulates as well. You can get a bit drafty with the old wooden stairs, but it's going to depend on the needs in your home basically. However, painted stairs are a great budget option. There is more noise, and a couple of people might say about slipping. I have had painted stairs a good couple of years ago that were just painted white, and I didn't have any issues with slipping. I wouldn't use like a heavy gloss or shiny paint on it. I just use it like a satin. Now I'm wearing my Crocs, but I mean it's alright. If slipping is a concern, then don't do it in your home. But I haven't had any issues previously when I've had them. Or maybe just wear your Crocs, because you're indestructible when you have your Crocs on. So there is like an extra noise when you're going up the stairs when you have painted stairs. But like I said earlier, this isn't a main staircase in my house that everyone would be doing. Unless you're coming up to my bedroom, don't be coming up my stairs. And then obviously you have the risk of chipping, but if you do a good prep, so clean it, sand it, prime it, paint it, you shouldn't have too many chips. And obviously the option is there if I wanted to get, I think if I was to get anything because of Blondie and her indestructibleness, I'd probably get the Sissel. I think that's what it's called, runner, but it I said it in the last video, it was really expensive. It's even more expensive now, so I'm not arsed kind of getting that for now. Like, that's grand, do you know what I mean? Still would rather spend my money on holidays. So a couple of questions on the back of the video that I popped up last year. First of all, if you do watch the video about the stair makeover that he did, it will work for you as long as you don't have a cat who likes to scratch the stairs. She don't touch anything else in the house but the stairs. So you might still get value from that video. Just a heads up, if you are going to watch the video, there is a noise mistake. The auto duck did me dirty in Premiere Pro when I was editing, and I think it's for the first couple of minutes and then it's fine. So just to give you a heads up on the sound in that video, there was a mistake. And then I always get questions about Blondie's, like, does she not have her scratching post? Of course she does. Anyone who is a cat mom or dad knows cats, I mean, you can't discipline a cat, you can try. So yeah, she does. She has the Sissel rope ones, which she uses, and then she has the ones that are like a mat, and she goes like that. But the stairs was just one giant playground for Blondie, and it's grand when you're home, but like when you're out working or if you're away, that's when the damage is done, because Blondie just goes ham on the stairs. No, Blondie is not declawed, and no, I will not declaw Blondie. She does go outside and she's me pal, and I wouldn't do that to her. And especially the age of her now, I think it's different if they're younger. I don't even know if you can get them declawed in Ireland. It kind of sounds a bit cruel, I don't know. To each their own. I just make sure not to spend a lot of money on carpet. I have rugs in the house, and one is the Sissel one from IKEA, and that doesn't get damaged when she scratches it. And then I have another IKEA one in there. It seems to be the fluffy stuff gets damaged the most. So if you do have a cat, just a heads up, I've noticed the fluffy rugs are the ones that show the most damage. Hence why I don't have a lot of rugs in my house, because if she's not scratching on them, she's puking on them. Anyway, that's the joys when you share your house with a cat. So, how's your stairs looking? Do you need to do a painted runner? Do you need to do a bit of carpeting? Do you need to rip up a bit of carpeting? Let me know if you have done anything with your stairs and if it has worked and if it hadn't. And if you are new to our channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and leave a cheeky thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video.